Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. And already we're underway here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Aymeric Laporte. He's a centre-back who's one of the best in the business when it comes to playing out from defence. He can spark quick counter-attacks or put his foot on the ball and retain it when a breather is needed. He's a very solid defender too. And opposition forwards, they're not going to get much change out of this guy.
OK, interesting. Let's put a stop. Chance! He scored! There is the breakthrough! A pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
So, a breakthrough already. And it's played forward. Zinchenko needed to come up with a better ball.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
Well, needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Now it's Aguero. And it's Mahrez. De Bruyne. Aguero. And the counter is on. He could be in here. And the finish! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Mahrez. Laporte. Laporte with the crossfield ball. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show. Speculative strike. Sterling. Rodri. Tries to get it forward quickly. Gundogan. And he's hits one! In it goes! Well, he was never going to miss from there. So much to aim at.
Well, considering he has a bit of a shoot-on-sight policy, he was the one player that should have been picked up then. It was both careless and costly from where I'm sitting.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, for me, both sides are strong and well-matched, and I think you need to be a good player to be out there right now.
And that has been cleared. A real chance if he can get through. Real chance! Breaks on here. Played out to the right. Great reaction. De Bruyne. Mahrez plays it long. Has he picked him out? That intervention was very necessary. Fence has got rid of that.
Well, I don't think it was the wisest option, Peter, once he got into that position. It's not as if he didn't have people nearby.
Hoists it forward. Oh, that's a waste. And he's there to clear it. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
That's a throw. Lovely feet. Roberto Carlos. And he's managed to beat absolutely everyone. Referee's given a throw. Rodri battles to win it back. What an adventurous run from a defender. Good take, and he's had a look. Ederson catches it safely. And there's the end of the first half. What it has been an even contest, as the scoreline suggests, and it has been more than decent to watch. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. There's the whistle then to start the second half.
Chelsea clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
And it's Mane. Oh, he's not going to get that. Has a hit! Just off target. Ronaldo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Mahrez. De Bruyne looking to get on the end of this. Roberto Carlos. Oh, they could break here. It's broken loose. That'll be a throw.
Well, we don't need to guess that they expect plenty of ball into the box.
Yeah, it's quite a crowd scene in the middle now.
Well, it's a situation that requires resilience now and plenty of fighting spirit. It has to be matched.
And through to the goalkeeper. And it's Mahrez. Gundogan has created one goal already. Now it's Mane. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And he's straight offside. Vieira. Mane. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Laporte plays it forward. It'll be a throw-in. And it's Sterling. Zinchenko goes looking, tried to play it through.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Oh, well defended, that had to be done. Just brushed off the ball there. Vieira. Forward it goes. Oh, that's a foul, free kick's been given. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Ilicic. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Chelsea merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Who's ball? Who's going to get that? Has a hit! And the ball's come out. Ederson trying to get there. But there's going to be another change here. Clears it out of harm's way.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Rodri positions himself well and cuts it out.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Could be a shot at goal! He has done it! Into the lead once more.
Well, that defence just wasn't expecting their midfield to mess up then, so when they did, they were caught completely cold by such a swift breakaway and such a well-worked finish too.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Oh, it was a long time coming, but I think it's fully merited. They've applied themselves extremely well.
And it's hoisted clear. That'll be a corner. Great leap! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. It's gone for a throw-in. Mohamed Salah cut out in the nick of time. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Chelsea, with the clock ticking away, have a chance to change the whole picture. Ederson, in the context of the game, he must save it. Dispatched with certainty.
Well, the keeper probably felt he could read that, but he's guessed completely wrongly. He's gone to the other side.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Yeah, looks very much like the final nail in the coffin for me, I have to say.
Rodri. Sané. Tries lifting it over. Sterling gets into some space. Shapes for an overhead. It didn't come off, but an audacious effort.
Aguero really improvised cleverly there. His quick thinking almost paid off in real style.
And he just whacks it away. Sané tries to stroke it through. Little doubt, that is a foul. It's a goal kick. Rodri. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And it's Sané. Nicely measured pass. Oh, it's a mistimed tackle, and it is a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Well, the keepers these days have done their homework. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, he took a chance, hoping that the goalkeeper would dive, and that's exactly what he did.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Chelsea winners by the odd goal. It really could have gone either way, but a win is a win. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, looking back on this, the early goal had a big influence on what unfolded and allowed them to dictate with comfort.
That's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. There are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. The Emirates awash with red and white, a sea of Arsenal, just as you would anticipate. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And that has been cleared. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Mane plays it backwards, and they'll try again. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available.
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
And it's hoisted clear. Chance! Oh, great save, real class.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Payet. Mohamed Salah. He slid it through. That's gone a long way up and away. Ramsey. Kolasinac knocks one in. Ramsey pings it out wide. It's Ramsey! It's broken loose. Aubameyang. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from a forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, you know, any good team, really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering.
It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
Oh, it's terribly unfortunate for them, and maybe we can attribute that to a loss of focus.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
And he's there to cut it out. And it's Kolasinac. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Varane goes up and over. Partey goes steaming forward. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Now it's Aubameyang. Lacazette. Aubameyang. Partey gets rid without sophistication. Aubameyang.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
He's picked him out. Now surely, Mohamed Salah!
Mohamed Salah really used his body to clever effect in dropping the shoulder to carry on.
Great leap! Decent enough try.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Sergio Ramos. He's come loose. Kolasinac. Throw in.
Cristiano Ronaldo really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Ramsey gets it back. Roberto Carlos. And here's Mane. Roberto Carlos. Totti. Chelsea can't seem to retain possession. And here's Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. Torreira can hoist it clear. And we hit half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Oh, what a terrific 45 minutes, all triggered by a helter-skelter tempo that has, been very open, end-to-end, ding-dong stuff, with so much to enjoy. It's a cracking watch.
Chelsea happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Chelsea really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Roberto Carlos. Partey. To the good, they have breathing space. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. So that's 2 now without reply.
That second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moods. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal, and the other...
And the finish! Oh, real danger, in for the follow-up! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Oh, that was great pressure to force the initial error, Peter. It's the perfect example as to why this is a favourite tactic of a lot of teams.
And they've been caught out here. Mane. Oh, that's a fine challenge. No foul, says the referee. Sergio Ramos. Lacazette. Roberto Carlos. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Sergio Ramos.
Everything they would have spoken about in that dressing room during the break has a greater chance of happening thanks to the early goal. It's the perfect platform now to go on and try to win it.
Oh, real danger here. Goes for goal. And yes, it's there! And it has to be said, an absolute gift. Arsenal get themselves back into contention.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
He's looked long this time. Ramsey. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. Good clearance and very necessary. Good challenge, he just stood firm. And it's Roberto Carlos. And here's Mohamed Salah. And Mane! Oh, taken with style! Mane duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Well, as they say, Peter, if you don't speculate, you won't accumulate. And we've just witnessed a player who was rewarded for his willingness to take a risk, as cunning as it comes.
Chelsea go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Keita.
Arsenal have anticipated an aerial bombardment.
Just looks like mass defence.
Yeah, it's a case of needs must at certain times, Peter, and they have to respond to what's being asked of them.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Kolasinac hoists it forward. Salah. Ilicic can get it clear. Ramsey. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Hit long and direct. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Both sides a bit too casual in possession. Roberto Carlos going. He's gone for it! Torreira goes looking. And he's cut it out. Van Dijk. Big chance! And that would have been game, set and match.
Pukki clearly is aware of how important that was. He'll be hoping that it won't come back to haunt him.
Mohamed Salah. Ramos. Bale. Bale's cross. He's dealt with that well. Mohamed Salah. Aubameyang, and the flag has stayed down. Tries a shot! It's a goal! With so little time left, grandstand finish! He was never going to miss from there.
Well, for me, that's just pure predatory brilliance. It's not so much the finish, but the way he read the situation when nobody else was even alert to it. It's fantastic.
Arsenal give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish. That's the throw. Well, that's not going to go down too well with his teammates. Kolasinac cuts it out. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. And time is up. Chelsea come out on top. Hard fought, impossible to predict. In the end, though, only the result mattered. Your final thoughts, Jim?
I thought it lived up to its billing, Peter. Very competitive, open and entertaining. And a little debating room as to whether the outcome was fair.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. The Emirates, well, that's a foul, free kick's been given. Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Kolasinac tries to get it forward quickly. And here's Mohamed Salah. Good challenge, he just stood firm. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Sergio Ramos. Van Dijk. Well, that's where he wants it. Mane. Now the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Cristiano Ronaldo has a pop! Superb goal!
It's hardly a surprise, is it? That's what we're here for, a player with this wonderful knack of being able to show up and deliver at important times. Yet another example.
Leno did well the first time, nothing he could do about the follow-up.
I doubt he'll score too many which come easier than that, Peter, but just look at his movement. He knew instinctively that the keeper would struggle to hold on to it.
Oh, goes for goal! Mane is fouled.
Well, he can produce power, precision and deception, so he's not short in options.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Roberto Carlos! And they've been caught out here. Ronaldo has a hit! And the ball could fall kindly.
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
He's managed to get that all wrong. Vieira. Gets the better of his man. Mane. Just brushed off the ball there. Striding forward, facing goal. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
And that's been levered clear.
Arsenal have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Mane looking to get on the end of this. It's found its way to him. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Ramsey. Aubameyang goes pelting down that left-hand side. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Danger averted for now. Good running with the ball, can they build on it? And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He could be real chance! Oh, taken with style! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
Chelsea take a 2-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Lacazette gets it back. And here's Aubameyang. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And it's hoisted clear. Torreira goes looking. Mane has it out wide and in space. Mane's cross. And he's there to clear it. He's had a go! They are rampant! And already they're looking to run away with it. Well, how's that for a class finish?
I just thought he knew exactly what he was doing by feigning to move one way and then readjusting back. Controlled trickery.
Chelsea take a 3-goal lead and they are romping out of sight.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Hoists it forward, and it's Salah. Totti. Özil battles to win it back. Now it's Lacazette. He's got options out wide. And Lacazette shoots! And the half-time whistle goes. As easy as 1, 2, 3. It really has been that straightforward halfway through the match, but very little to suggest that much will change over the second half.
Peter, do I really need to say anything, or can I simply refer you to the scoreline?
Chelsea have established themselves in a position of absolute supremacy. An action-packed 45 minutes, and they have raced into a 3-goal lead. And the second half gets underway. Has he found his man? And back to base. Beckham. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Van Dijk did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Aubameyang looking to run onto it. Guendouzi. And he's there to cut it out. That's gone a long way up and away. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Van Dijk dinks one in. Nice little chip. Varane gets into the right position to intercept. Clears it out of harm's way. Vieira plays it out to the wing. Defenders on the back foot. Good idea, just poorly executed. No complaints about that challenge. Robust but fair. Yeah, that does look a foul. The referee's given a free kick. He'll fancy himself from here.
Peter, the keeper knows that even if his wall is perfect, it doesn't serve as any guarantee here.
Roberto Carlos! Rising over the bar. Sergio Ramos tries to switch the play. And it's played forward. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Mane. Mane with a shot! Outstanding save to keep that out.
Still a cracking effort. Really looked like a man on a mission the way he went through on goal.
Good clearance and very necessary. Torreira. Lacazette provides an outlet. Defence has got rid of that. And it's Lacazette. Kolasinac. Forward it goes. And it's Kolasinac. And here's Lacazette. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. Mohamed Salah. Mane drills one in. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Chelsea are making a change now. Gets up to head it! No mistake! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Oh, this fella's as slippery as an eel the way he freed himself to score. I mean, for that defence, it was a case of, now you've got him.
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Roberto Carlos. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Oh, there was plenty on that.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
And it's played forward. Guendouzi. Aubameyang. Ramsey. And that has put paid to that. A real chance to break. And it's Salah. He goes long. It's a decent ball. Ronaldo looking sharp there. Now it's Aubameyang. Alexander-Arnold. Good ball. Now it's Lacazette. Deep cross. Vieira tries to get it forward quickly. Nicely measured pass. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Here's a corner. Good reason for optimism here. Kolasinac gets it away.
Chelsea really have been alive to interceptions and picking off any loose balls.
Well, it did look promising to start with, but in the end they were thwarted before they could even make it into the final third. Beckham. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Open chance! So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
And the referee brings it to a close. Chelsea very much the dominant side, almost the only side. Every time they got on the ball, they looked like scoring. It is a landslide. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, looking back on this, the early goal had a big influence on what unfolded and allowed them to dictate with comfort.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. And as you can see, we've already started here. That has put a stop to that. It's Luis Suarez! Henderson concedes a free kick for that. Hits one! There it is!
What a start, and what a contribution from the main man. I had a feeling he might do something, given his reputation, but to do it like that, absolutely brilliant. I wasn't expecting that.
Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah, and he knew all along what he wanted to do, and it's a really great instinctive finish.
Well, that has certainly made things interesting. The defence can get it clear. It's a loose ball. Ronaldo displaying his defensive capabilities there. That's no striker's tackle.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from a forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, you know, any good team, really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Mane. And a header! Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah plays it back. Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
He certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. That's not going to make it. Salah. And it's Luis Suarez. And here's Neymar. He'll have a go. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Not much subtlety. He's launched himself there. Martial, and it's got through. A heavy challenge. There are a few waiting for it. Has gone out. Mane, and Mane! In he goes again! They've done it! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe. Ronaldo duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Oh, Peter, you can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. His anticipation is on another level to everyone else's. Superb.
Chelsea take a two-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been
Hits one! And it's there! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. With time and space aplenty, he was never going to miss.
Cristiano Ronaldo
Is the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was gifted that goal. His reputation should have been warning enough for them.
Chelsea take a 3-goal lead and they are romping out of sight.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. Neymar. Keita. Partey finds himself offside. And it's Neymar. Azar.
Well, it seems obvious that the plan is to try and get their passing game going again, but not with that lack of quality.
Decent ball. It's anyone's ball. Mohamed Salah! Back of the net! All too easy. They are in danger of disappearing out of sight. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. He's got away. Surely a shot. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Chelsea presented with a golden opportunity here to further improve their position of comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. He was just never going to miss.
And it only took a little drop of the shoulder to send the keeper completely the wrong way. Didn't he take it well?
It's become a case of men against boys.
No doubt as to who has the momentum.
Henderson has been caught there, it's a foul.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And here's Neymar. And he heaves it forward. Played into the middle. And that's been levered clear. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, that flew by. It was breathless stuff. It's been one-way traffic here after the first 45 minutes. A relentless barrage that looks set to continue.
Yeah, I think the first half performance that showed attack being the best form of defence. If they're in the face of the opposition that much, then there's little they can do in return, and I'm not sure how long they can keep the intensity and the tempo up, but it certainly paid off so far.
Chelsea pretty much out of sight here. It really has been a one-sided game so far. And we're off again. No reported change to either side during the break. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Henderson plays it forward. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Neymar. Hazard. Wijnaldum. Oh, that is asking. Has a pop! Keeper has beaten it away. And here's Roberto Carlos. Forward it goes. Looking to break out here. He's picked him out. And that is as far as they're going to go. And here's Suarez. Neymar! And now the breakaway. Oh, good interception. Sergio Ramos goes looking. He came in hard, very hard. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now it's Mahrez. Crosses it in. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Just the keeper to beat! This could fall anywhere! Hoists it forward. Belts one! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
Plays it over to the other flank. Jordan Henderson going through. And the finish! No, it's wide.
Mönchengladbach are showing good urgency, but they have to place more emphasis on service into the box.
Mohamed Salah, who got amongst the goals, is being taken off now.
Well, has he done enough since his goal? Is the feeling that he's lost his appetite for another? It's difficult to be sure exactly what the thinking is, but his race is certainly run now.
And it's Luis Suarez. Looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Roberto Carlos. Mane, who does have an assist to his name. Tries to get it forward quickly. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Neymar with a delicate ball. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Breaks on here. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Roberto Carlos gets his final warning.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Jordan Henderson. Mane tries to stroke it through, and help's available out wide. Can he deliver? Chance to break. Neymar. Now it's Henderson. It's Luis Suarez! And he's missed it.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. And he's there to clear it. Ronaldo goes up and over. Ronaldo needed to come up with a better ball.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Big chance! Oh, almost a sixth. So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Sergio Ramos drives it forward. That's found its target. Mahrez! Mahrez! Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Could be a chance here. Has a pop! In it goes! Well, surely that completes the demolition if it hadn't occurred already.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, there may be still more to come.
Hoists it high. Keeper's got good distance on that. Mahrez. Speculative strike. And that will be the final act. Chelsea enjoy their perfect day. For their victims, it is entirely imperfect. Comprehensive winners of a one-sided contest. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
I think it's all about setting the right tone at the start of a match, and if you can back that up with an early goal, it just energises everybody, the whole performance, and I think there were...
Well, a very warm welcome to you on this most pleasantly clear evening. Conditions absolutely beautiful. Perfect for the beautiful game. Temperatures are kind as well. No doubt playing a hand in high attendance levels as well as an elevated level of anticipation here. Surely this is the hot ticket going around in this neck of the woods. It surely must be. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture perfect for a game of this nature. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle.
And Beckham! And he's done it!
What a start, and what a contribution from the main man. I had a feeling he might do something, given his reputation, but to do it like that, absolutely brilliant. I wasn't expecting that.
Alisson did well the first time, nothing he could do about the follow-up.
Oh, that's great awareness.
Mbappe! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Vieira does well there, alert. Breaks on here. Bernardo Silva plays it forward. Van Dijk tries to get it forward quickly. Son Heung-min, right through the middle. Totti gets into some space. Heads it! Back of the net! And they're at it again in double quick time. What a great header, got plenty on that.
Well, as contact goes, that was tremendous, and it helped him to direct it.
Going for goal! He scored! Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Well, considering he has a bit of a shoot-on-sight policy, he was the one player that should have been picked up then. It was both careless and costly from where I'm sitting.
Mönchengladbach get themselves back into contention.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
He goes long. And he's there to hoof it away. They're guilty of lacking inventiveness here. It's all broken down. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. And now they can launch a counter. Griezmann tries to stroke it through. Varane can get it clear. Varane with the clearance. Big chance! This could fall anywhere. And the follow-up! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, he was so quick to respond to that, almost made it count. Great opportunity.
Azar. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Managed to get it away. Bernardo Silva dashing forward at pace. And it's Azar. Hoists it forward. Nicely measured pass. Cristiano Ronaldo. Van Dijk plays it long. Good idea, just poorly executed. Now it's Mohamed Salah. It's Salah! Oh, great save, real class.
Mohamed Salah sparked a tremendous stop there, and I think it's fair to add, he just wasn't expecting it.
And it's got through. Griezmann. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Strong punch. And the volley. And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Real chance! They've scored! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one.
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. We have ourselves a real game here.
Yeah, for me, both sides are strong and well-matched, and I think you need to be a good player to be out there right now.
Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. And the half-time whistle goes. And it has been a pretty crazy game so far. The game played out in extraordinary fashion, and the scoreline underlines that.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period.
Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2. And that's the second half started. Forward it goes. Beckham. Totti. Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min with the cross. No, that's not the ball he wanted. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Well, he may well be lining up the knuckleball here. It is a specialty.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Beckham! And he's whipped it in low. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Ederson comes out and deals with it. And here's Son Heung-min. And here's Son Heung-min. Roberto Carlos. Oh, nice touch. Looking for a decent ball in. Oh, really good feet from him. Van Dijk knocks it away. He'll have a go. That's a half-decent try.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
And it's Neymar. Looks to thread it through. And that has been cleared. Hoists it high. Varane can hoist it clear. And that's been won straight back. Mohamed Salah. Mbappe. Ronaldinho! A real chance and a real let-off.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
Gets the better of his man. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. Pjanic. Van Dijk. And it's played forward. Ball's gone out of play. Gone back to the keeper. Bernardo Silva tried to play it through.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
Pjanic. Oh, needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. And it's Beckham. Cristiano. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Ronaldo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Van Dijk positions himself well and cuts it out. Little accusatory stare there tells the whole story.
Look, the game is full.
Has a hit! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Sergio Ramos. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Roberto Carlos goes looking. Ilicic.
Chelsea merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Neymar. Mönchengladbach get it back again. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Mohamed Salah finds himself offside.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Chelsea are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final.
He's had a shot! Oh, he's managed to miss it.
Mane has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
Just brushed off the ball there. Beckham. Mane could be thinking about a shot here. Oh no, it's an own goal!
Oh, it's an unusual turn of events, and it was an honest attempt to help out, and I suppose it can happen to anyone. Well, from hero to zero, and a moment that will have everyone puzzled as to how it shapes to shoot!
And that has been clubbed away. And it's Bernardo Silva. That's a throw. Pjanic. Mbappe has a pop! It's in! They have stolen level at the last! Simplicity itself.
Well, it's pretty damning on the part of that defence, Peter, that he was allowed so much time and space. But I think you have to give credit where it's due. And it was a brilliant setup and finish.
All square again into the dying minutes. Kimmich hits that long. Mane. Ilicic. He's gone for it! The whistle has gone and it is all over. What a game, wonderful stuff and the right result. Neither side really deserved to lose. Your final thoughts, Jim?
It was a very good game, played in the right spirit with a fitting atmosphere, and I think football won this time.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim. Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great... That's clear cut. It's a free kick. Varane gets it out to the wing. Forward it goes. Mbappe. Ronaldo is onto it and can take it up. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Roberto Carlos clips one through. Hoists it forward. Mane is flagged offside. Hector Bellerin plays it forward. And it's Nedved. Mbappe shoots! Goal! Manchester United! The breakthrough strike! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, considering he has a bit of a shoot-on-sight policy, he was the one player that should have been picked up then. It was both careless and costly from where I'm sitting.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Noble. De Bruyne. Now the counter. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Just a whisker away. Ball through needs to be good here. Real chance! Oh, the ball's come loose. The defence can get it clear. And now they can launch a counter. Hoists it high. Rafael Varane. Varane spreads it towards the left. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Van Dijk very firm in standing his ground there. It is a tough, full-contact contest. Mbappe battles to win it back. He's got through. Mohamed Salah. It's broken loose. Plenty waiting in the middle. Played in by Noble. He's gone for it. Oh, that is rather wayward.
De Bruyne certainly displayed his fine technique, but the keeper was never really in trouble.
Hector Bellerin drives it forward. Roberto Carlos floats one over. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Cristiano Ronaldo really must have felt he had the measure of the keeper then, but how wrong he was.
beat it! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Sergio Ramos. De Bruyne tries to get it forward quickly. Rafael Varane. Keita. Salah. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Gets wrestled off the ball. Salah plays it in. And it's played forward. And the shot!
Keita usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Mane gets flagged offside. Good clearance and very necessary. Breaks on here. Mane! Same again, same out. And it's half-time here. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Not the most convincing of displays. They could certainly do much better than this. They'll want to keep things simple, build up their confidence and not rush into mistakes.
Gets things going for the second half.
Chelsea need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
And that has been clubbed away. Sergio Ramos gets it back. In it comes. Ederson catches it safely. Could move up a gear here. Mane looks to dink one in. He's had a shot! It's in! The second half off to a spectacular start. He was urged to shoot, and he duly delivered.
Mohamed Salah is the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was
going for goal! And the ball's come out! Oh, that is asking for trouble. Has a shot! Well, they can break here. That's the throw. Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he find a finish now? Looking for a decent ball in. Ricardo Pereira Hits that long. Chance to squeeze it through. No, not quite. Nedved goes looking. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Oh, that's an own goal!
Well, that wasn't in the script, and you have to feel for him, Peter. It's ended in some embarrassment.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, games like this, Peter, can often hinge on the smallest of details, so you have to wonder what effect it's going to have on everybody on this pitch now.
Done very well to intervene. Throw in. Oh, sweet feet. Mohamed Salah, not easily. Up for the header! It's come back out! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, as Tesco, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Towering header! He's pulled off a fine save.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Great leap! No, not the best of headers. And here's Nedved.
We can assume that they've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack.
They're just looking to break, aren't they?
Yeah, the key now is just to get the ball to them as soon as possible.
Ricardo Pereira positions himself well and cuts it out.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Just has to be done.
Mbappe. Now it's De Bruyne. He gets past his man. Hits one. He scores! And with that goal comes comfort. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
Manchester United on 2 up and into a position of real strength.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Keita. And it's Salah. Who's ball? Who's going to get there? Mark Noble tries to stroke it through. Looking for space out wide. And that should be the keeper's. Mbappe. Nedved. And they've been caught out here. Has a go! And he heaves it forward. Cristiano Ronaldo. Mane. Van Dijk. Hits one! Trying to get there. He can get that clear. Chance to break. That's good progress he's made on the ball. Where to next? It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Keita. Oh, real danger here. He's one-on-one. He's had a go. They are rampant. And The lead is extended still further. And that's it. That was always inevitable. So now the difference is 3. And he has been fouled there. Chelsea can make their change now with a break in play. Rising over the bar. And it's Van Dijk. Mane. Dinks one in. It's a brilliant interception. And he's cut it out. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Chelsea had no answer. Second best in every department, and correspondingly well beaten. Your reflections then, Jim?
It was a very good game, played in the right spirit with a fitting atmosphere, and I think football won this.
Well, good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much-anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. The action has already started. It's going to be another throw. And it's Bale. It's a loose ball. And help's available out wide. Hits one! And there's an early warning shot across the bow.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
He's away! Dashing forward at pace. Salah. Room for a... and a shot! He's scored!
What a start! And what a contribution from the main man. I had a feeling he might do something, given his reputation, but to do it like that, absolutely brilliant. I wasn't expecting that.
The lightness of step, the shot... oh, shooting chance! They scored! 2 up, 2 easy. How many more to come?
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And it's the goalkeepers to claim. And it's been given away. Benzema! He has done it! An act of charity gratefully received. Madrid get themselves back into contention.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
Shoots to shoot. That is absolutely glorious! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
It's a keeper's nightmare, Peter. He just couldn't pick up on it until it was way too late, having so many bodies in front of him.
We have ourselves a real game. He's had a go! It's anyone's ball. Oh, that's a fine save.
Mohamed Salah sparked a tremendous stop there, and I think it's fair to add, he just wasn't expecting it.
Up he gets! Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah decides to play it back. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Ndidi. Varane does well to read it and intercepts. Oh no, that's not the ball he wanted. Ndidi tries to get it forward quickly. And the shot! It's a goal! Into the lead once more. That was easy, almost too easy.
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
He's just gone and reminded us yet again of what a threat he carries.
How about a shot? Big chance! And in it goes! All too easy! They are in danger of disappearing out of sight! Mohamed Salah with the smoothest one-on-one finish. He is one very cool customer.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he
has a goal! Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time.
What a great finish, but how about the touch? It just allowed him to put the ball exactly where he wanted it, and the rest became a formality.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.